of ASTX at corners. Okay, this is what the things. Now, this is the design criteria, and we have seen the design means what are the guidelines, how the steel to be arranged. Now let us go with a numerical example so that we can clarify our doubts in a maximum extent. And also we will see the reinforcement arrangement, how the reinforcement to be arranged in the slab. Now let us go with the two-way slab numerical example. I am going with the one numerical example provided. Design a reinforced concrete slab for a room of clear dimension 4 meter by 5 meter. The slab is supported all around on wall of width 300 mm. The slab has to carry a live load of 4 kilonewton per meter square and floor finish of 1 kilonewton per meter square. The grade of concrete is M20 and Fe 415 steel. And very important, assume the corners are held down. Assume the corners are held down. So here the diesel of reinforcement is that here we need to understand that first whether it is coming in what case, it is restrained or non-restrained. If it is non-restrained, how it is? Corners are restrained against rotation or not. But here it is a non-restrained slab, means it is a simply supported slab. But the corners are held down. Held down means it comes in table number 26. All the details, the moment coefficient should come in the table number 26 only. Okay, this is first thing. By the problem we need to understand how in which category the slab comes. Okay, now the solution, thickness of the slab we need to go as the shorter span is more than 3.5 as per the two-way slab criteria. Span to effective depth ratio is we are going with the 20% reducer, means it is almost like a one-way slab. This thing, span to effective depth ratio, we will consider 25. We can consider it as 28 also, but iterations, to reduce the iterations, I have taken 25. So L by D with the 25, then effective thickness required will be 160 mm. Consider the effective cover of 20 mm. We will be considering overall thickness of the slab is 180 mm. The effective span, Lx is equal to the shorter span plus effective depth, 4.16, and the width of the support is 300 mm, hence lesser is the effective depth only. So effective span in next direction is 4.16, effective span in longer direction is 5.16. What is the longer span to shorter span ratio then? 5.16 by 4.16 is working out to 1.24, which is less than 2. Hence, the slab is to be designed as two-way slab. Now, finding out the design moment and shear. Find the self-weight. Self-weight is nothing but 0.18 is the thickness into 25 kilonewton per meter square. It works out to 4.5 kilonewton per meter square. Floor finish is 1 kilonewton per meter square. Live load is 4 kilonewton per meter square. Total is 9.5 kilonewton per meter square. The factoring is nothing but multiplying the total load into 1.5. It is worked out to 14.25 per kilonewton per meter square. The slab is simply supported on all the four edges since it rests on the wall, but the corners are held down, providing the torsion reinforcement. Here we need to understand that the torsion reinforcement need to be provided here. So hence the moment coefficient are to be obtained from table number 26 and IS 456 annexure D. Annexure D, case number 9. Now, with respect to the annexure D, referring that IS 456 annexure D, table number 26, we come to the alpha x value by as 0.078, alpha y is 0.056, mu is equal to 0.078 into W into this one. See, in either of the cases, you will be considering the shorter span only. In any, the movement with respect to x direction or moment with respect to y direction, we need to consider the shorter span only, not the longer span. Shorter span in either of the, but moment coefficient with respect to longer span. But the span is shorter span. We get two moments and the shear force is WL by 2, but we can go with the shear force with W into R to the power. R is nothing but 1.24. What is coming is R is longer span to shorter span ratio. Longer span to shorter span ratio to the power of 4 divided by 1 plus longer span to shorter span ratio to the power of 4 into shorter span by 2. This is the WU. 20.83 kilonewton is the maximum VU we are getting. So with respect to this thing, now the point is to design the main steel. Now reinforcement in X direction, D is equal to 160 mm, we have got XU is equal to 0.48 into 160 mm. So with respect to this is the limiting. See, this works out to the same. Mu is equal to 0.138 FCK BD square. How it arises? How it arises with respect to this formula. 0.36 FCK B into XU limit into D minus 0.42 times XU limit. When you put the XU limit value as 76.8, then you will get same value 0.138 FCK BD square for Fe415 grade steel. So with respect to that, Mu limit is 70.63. Hence, the limiting moment is more than the actual moment. Hence, the slab is designed as singly reinforced slab. It is two-way slab. However, it is two-way slab, but it is designed as a singly reinforced slab. So this is what the comment here. Mu is less than Mu limit, hence under-reinforced, singly reinforced and under-reinforced. For under-reinforced this thing, the formula is there for ASTX. AST required in X direction. For X direction, we will keeping the Mu as 18.45, and we will be finding the AST in X direction. This is the AST required in X direction. Arrange use the 10 mm bars. We get the 235 mm. Reduce it by next 10 mm. We get 225 mm. Provide 10 mm HVST bar set 225 mm center to center. Now the reinforcement required for the longer direction MY. Here effective depth will be reduced by 1 diameter of the bar. So 160 mm minus 20 mm minus 8 mm, 10 mm, 30 mm is reduced. With respect to this, the Mu is D is reduced. This one by this one Mu for the larger span we work out to 13.81. With respect to this, we arrive for a steel required. Stay going with the 8 mm dia bars. Then we come with the spacing required is 192 mm. So provide 8 mm dia bars at 190 mm center to center. Check with the minimum tension steel provision 3 times effective depth or 300 mm. With respect to this criteria, we will be checking that, and we find this is safe. So provide 8 mm dia at 190 mm center to center as a along the longer span reinforcement. So hence provide 8 mm dia bars at 190 mm center to center in Y direction. Now check for shear. See the same thing. Tau V, it is not tau C. Tau V is equal to VU by BD. This tau V is equal to 0.138. Percentage of steel is 0.218. By referring table number 19 of IS 456, we get the permissible tau C is 0.33. With respect to the class number 40.2.1, we find the K as 1.24 modification factor for the slabs. So permissible shear is 0.33 into 1.24 is 0.409. This should be more than the tau V, means VU by BD value. Definitely this is more. And tau C max, half of the tau C max. Tau V shall be less than half of tau C max. So tau C max is equal to half of 2.8. So we need to satisfy these two cases. Tau V should be less than tau C, and tau V should be less than half of tau C max. If these two criteria are safe, then the slab is said to be safe against shear. Safe against shear. Now, torsion reinforcement. Now coming to the very important point, the torsion reinforcement. Because the corners are to be held down, in this case is a simply supported slab. Because of the corner lifting is comes into picture, because of the non-restrainment of the edges, we need to go with the torsion reinforcement as in the design requirement. So size of the mesh, what is the mesh size required? Mesh size is 1/5 of the shorter dimension. Shorter dimension is 4.16 meter. So mesh size is 4.16 by 5. It is 832 mm. Size of the wall is how much? 300 mm. So you take from the edge of the wall to the mesh size, totally works out to 1100 mm. So with the side cover of 25 mm or 30 mm, we work out to this mesh reinforcement. What is the area of torsional reinforcement? 3/4 of the shorter direction steel, ASTX. ASTX required is 333 mm square. 3/4 of 333 is 250. Provide 8 mm dia bars. The spacing required is 200 mm. So we are going with the steel. So 1100 mm long bars to be provided, 8 mm dia at 200 mm center to center to form a mesh of 1100 mm dia bars. So long bars. So 8 mm dia, 200 mm center to center, mesh, one mesh at bottom, one mesh at top to be provided. So now check for deflection. L by D provided is how much? Check it. The basic value for simply supported is L by D is 20. Percentage of steel is this much. This is Fs. What is Fs? The modification, the stress in the steel with respect to the steel provided. Means this Fx comes with respect to the steel required and to the steel provided ratio from figure number 4 of IS 456. With respect to this, we will be finding the Fs and the Fx and the percentage of steel. We will be getting a modification factor which is coming around here 1.6. This modification factor to be multiplied to the basic value of L by D, we will be getting the maximum L by D allowed. This maximum L by D allowed should be more than actual L by D, means L by D provided, L by D actual. L by D is 26, maximum is 32. Hence, the L by D maximum is more than L by D provided. Hence, the slab is safe against deflection. This is one. Next, we will move on to the total reinforcement arrangement. See, this is the shorter span and it is a longer span. 3/4 of the either of the direction, the main steel, maximum steel is provided. Along the shorter span, 10 mm bars at 225 are provided here, and along the longer span, 8 mm at 190 provided here, and the edge strip, this is 1/8 of the LX. This either side, the steel, the 50% of steel is provided, another 50% of the steel which is there in this one, which is kinked. Here you can see the kinking mark. Here you can see the kinking mark. This portion, from this portion, it is kinked. Kinked at we have this one 0.1 LX, 0.1 LX or 0.1 LY. And here you can see the meshes, corner meshes of size 1100 mm by 1100 mm. 1100 mm in X direction, 1100 mm in Y direction. This torsion reinforcement 8 mm dia, 225 mm center to center, 4 layers are to be provided for a 20